Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Thursday. It is August the 3rd, National Hair Gloss Day.
Hair
today.
gloss? What
I don't
is
know what that
hair
is.
gloss?
I'm not sure. National IPA Day. It's a beer. National Georgia Day. National Watermelon Day. And National Grab Some Nuts Day. So you're supposed to enjoy a fistful of probably like peanuts or almonds.
I like almost all kinds of nuts.
I know. What is your favorite? Do you have? Because I'm a big fan of cashews, and you say I say it funny.
I like cashews.
Those
I
are
like
good. Macadamia's good as well.
Macadamias are good in like brownies. They're not good on their own.
Oh, they're
Remember
good.
we bought a whole bag and it's like
I did.
ugh.
I was by the time I was done with that bag, I'm like I was feeding them to squirrels by the end. Like, why would you feed macadamia nuts to squirrels? I'm like, I don't know. I had way too many of these.
I really like almonds. I really like
We go nuts for nuts in this household.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, it's also a Thursday, which means we have a Dear John letter. Speaking of nuts. Just kidding. Honestly, there are some people who probably agree with this young lady. I don't, but you can chime in. We're going to chat about it. Young lady who had a date. She canceled the date because it was just a coffee date. She thinks she deserves more. Do you think that's right?
Whoa.
You can chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A veterinarian is warning dog owners to not let their pets sleep in their bed with them. We do this. Our little puppy
We do.
sleeps with us.
All
Dr.
the
Faith
time.
Coleman, medical expert, finds in a study that, first of all, they say there are some positives, like creating a comfort routine for your pet. Sleeping deeper and longer because there's this comfort system there. Built-in alarm system, so if your dog gets up, you get up, and brings your dog joy and happiness. Those are the good. Now here comes the bad. A list of negatives. Poorer sleep quality for you due to kicking, scratching, snoring. Infectious diseases can actually be transmitted from you to your dog or from your dog to you. It can worsen allergies and asthma. And sleeping with your dog can make your dog's behavioral problems worse and can cause behavioral problems where there were none before. The good doctor says rather than allowing your dog to sleep in your bed, if you want to share a bedroom with your puppy, put a dog bed next to your bed and train him or her to sleep over there.
Can you imagine how that would go over in our house?
Our dog is pretty much taking my side of the bed, and I have to beg to get in the bed.
She would not
Can I
sleep in
here
the
for a
bed on
minute?
the floor.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that he may be back on Twitter, or I guess X, but Kanye is still persona non grata to Adidas. The sportswear brand is releasing a second batch of high-end Yeezy sneakers after cutting ties with the rapper as it seeks to unload the unsold shoes while contributing to groups fighting anti-Semitism. The online sale recently started following an earlier sale back in May. Models will be available including the Yeezy Boost 350 V2, that's a shoe, 500 and 700, as well as Yeezy Slide and Foam RNR. I don't know what these are. They cut ties with Kanye, or Ye, back in October when he made some offensive remarks in an interview that left Adidas holding about $1.3 billion worth of unsold Yeezys. And they're searching for a responsible way to, as they put it, dispose of them. So, there you go. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Dan Aykroyd wants to be in a Ghostbusters sequel after he dies. The 71-year-old shot to stardom It says that that's what made him famous. He was famous before Ghostbusters. He was
Oh,
on
yeah,
many
he
other things,
was.
but he was Ray Stantz in the 1984
Yep.
Ghostbusters, which he, by the way, came up with the idea for that movie. And then there's all these spin-offs and all these things, but he's saying he thinks it could be kind of a good storyline to have him in there after he's dead and gone. So it's kind of cool.
Yikes.
Apparently, there's quite a few actors who have Ken energy or Kenergy. Ryan Gosling got the gig, but there's a bunch of people. There's a huge long list here of people who were on the list of people who could have maybe been Ken.
Really? Like
Yeah,
who?
I don't even know.
Doesn't say.
Yeah, there's a list, but you can see it in the show notes. Because I'm moving on to this. Films directed by actors Michael Keaton, Chris Pine, and others will be screened at the 2023 Toronto International Film Festival. So I didn't know Michael Keaton was directing movies now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, me either.
And
I
there's
love him.
many other people on this list here. I'm seeing names like Kate Winslet and Pete Davidson and Emily Blunt and many others. If you'd like to read all of the details on this, you can find more info about this event. It's happening in September. I've got it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. You know what this week is, Heidi?
No.
National Clown Week. Yeah, that has been a thing for like a couple of decades now. August 1st through the 7th is National Clown Week. And we actually know several clowns, which is kind of fun.
We do, and some that do it for a living.
No, we know people who like that's what they have a regular job, but they get to dress up as a clown and do that just for fun. And the thing that's weird to me, there are people who are like afraid of clowns, and I think a lot of that has to do with some scary movies that featured a clown. But
it could just be that you can't see who it really is.
That
There are
could be.
people who are afraid of mascots. I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind
that's
of
true.
creepy when you've got somebody coming up to you and messing with you. And
Yeah, I suppose that could be. But anyway, happy National Clown Week this whole week. And if you happen to be a clown, honk honk to you or whatever. I don't know what you're supposed to say. And Barbie blondes definitely have more fun. And the hair color is catching on. Celebrity stylist Aura Friedman has transformed her chair at New York's Sweet Caroline shop into a, quote, Barbie dream salon for those who are thinking pink and platinum. She's noticed that many clients have been inspired by that movie that came out recently, with Barbie blonde fast becoming summer's hottest hair trend, despite earlier declarations that platinum hair was, quote, chuggy. Is that what you call it? Cheugy? Chuggy?
Okay.
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know.
Gen Zers didn't like blonde hair before. Friedman says that the Barbie movie with Margot Robbie is the perfect blonde, which makes her the prototype for the sparkling shade. Beauty marketplace platform Fresha reports a 508% uptick in the Barbie-inspired hair salon services, an 83% spike in requests, but 508% uptick, that's a big increase.
Right.
A lot of folks apparently want to be blonde. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right. This letter has angered some people. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what you think, but here we go. Dear John, I was supposed to go on a date this weekend, but I canceled the date when I found out he was just wanting to take me out for coffee. I told him I deserve better than that, and I would wait for him to ask me out on a proper date. He told me coffee dates are much easier, and he said they're more casual, and it will allow us to get to know one another without all the fake stuff. I told him that planning that kind of date shows very little effort and is cheap. Wow. Some of my friends agree with me, but others, including my brother, completely disagree with me. Am I wrong for canceling this date? Or is he wrong for planning such a lousy date? Signed, I deserve more. All right. Well, I can tell by the look on Heidi's face that she probably doesn't agree with you, but go ahead and tell me what you think.
Run away, dude.
Yeah. See, that's what I was going to say, too.
Run away.
I think at the end of the day, this, I think, was brilliant. He just weeded out somebody that probably wasn't a good fit for him.
Who's going to be extremely high maintenance.
And the thing is, thank you for sending the letter. Thank you for listening. But you need to understand something. By going into a relationship saying, I deserve more than that, you don't even know. You have no idea who this guy is. You have no idea. And, you know, he could be your absolute Prince Charming. He could be the very... But if all that matters to you is that I'm getting, you know, an expensive meal, an expensive date for that very first impression, think about how many losers in life can easily drop down a credit card and take you out for a fancy meal and then treat you like dirt for the rest of your life. So is that what you're looking for? If what you're looking for is one fancy, shiny object, you know, this one fancy, shiny date, and then they can treat you however they want, you are on the right path. But if what you're looking for is lasting relationship, something that's based in, you know, love for sure, but also respect and a common ground. I love the idea of getting together for a coffee date first, because now you can go, like it says in your letter here. You said that he was saying that it was more casual and it was easier and more casual, allows us to get to know one another without all the fake stuff. If you're in a situation where you can just sit and chat, you know, because, like, again, when it comes to coffee, you can order your coffee like a 9 million different ways. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a pretty simple thing.
Well, not only that, but first dates are usually pretty awkward. At least a coffee date is usually pretty quick.
Exactly.
You can decide, do I want to do this again? And then I guarantee you the next time it would have been a better
There you
date.
go.
This is just to get to know you.
And
do I even want to drop money on you type of a thing? And guess what, guy? The answer is no, you don't.
Well, and the other thing is, I kind of feel like this could have very much been a test for you. And you probably just failed.
You failed.
Because if you are not willing to go on a coffee date to get to know the guy, why would he want to get to know you any more than that?
Yeah.
And again, people haven't necessarily been nice, but there are some that probably see her side of this too, going, hey, at least take me out for a nice date. Yes, eventually, for sure.
Yeah.
But meet each other first, see if there's any chemistry at all. How awkward would it be if you guys got together and now there's a date that, you know, this is a fancy dinner. It's going to take...
I actually even know people who have gone on a fancy first blind date, and then they sit at the table with this guy, and they order expensive bottles of wine, and it's a horrible date, but they're racking up a huge bill, and then they sneak out of the bathroom and leave the guy with that whole bill, and it's just not right.
That is not right.
And that's what he's trying to avoid.
Well, and here's the thing, but just put yourself in the shoes of either one of these people, yourself included. I deserve more. If you go on this date and you get there and you realize right away, we are not going to work together. I mean, if you're on a date where you're supposed to be there for, you know, we've got appetizers, we've got a meal, we've got dessert, we've got an hour that we need to sit here and it's going to be awkward and awful. Wouldn't you rather be able to pull the ripcord right after sipping some coffee and going, well, it was really nice to chat, but
exactly.
Don't know if this can be the right fit. I'm out of here now. I mean, I think this is a really smart idea. And I love the fact that she's going, I deserve more. I'm better than this. And he's able to go, well, then we don't get to find out, do we? So maybe at the end of the day, you did him a favor.
He dodged a bullet.
And you did him a favor and you did yourself a favor. But I would just say, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for sending in the letter. My concern for you personally is that you could miss out on really good opportunities in life if all you're looking at is, you know, the big picture of I want to go on a fancy date instead of I want to get to know somebody. Just be careful. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Blockbuster had the chance to buy Netflix for $50 million in 2000. They turned it down, and they went to business with Enron instead, which, that didn't go so well.
No, it did not.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 1987, a man convinced 2.8 million people to send him a penny each to pay for his college tuition. That was $28,000, and apparently it worked. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It takes one 15 to 20-year-old tree to produce 700 paper grocery bags. So one tree, 15 to 20 years of growth, 700 grocery bags.
Huh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When wolves howl together, they harmonize. Rather than singing one note each, it gives the illusion of greater numbers, but it sounds like there's way more.
Cool.
Yeah, we should do that. I don't know what that means. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sea lions can dance to a beat. Well, they've got me beat. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A study found that people interrupt close friends or family more than they interrupt strangers. So there you go. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. A survey says that if you have 5 of these, you're average. What is it? You have way more than 5 of these.
Pairs of shoes.
Friends.
Oh.
If you have 5 friends, you're average. If you have more than 5 friends, you are above average. Heidi's
I
way
wouldn't
above.
say I have
Heidi has
very many friends
She
at
has
all.
friends everywhere we turn. People, they love and adore you.
Oh, please.
When I meet people, are like, John, oh, hey, where's Heidi? I'm like, what about me? Thanks. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. How would you like to have your name changed to Subway? Yeah, Subway restaurants are looking for a sandwich lover to legally change their first name to Subway. What would entice them to do that? How about a lifetime of free food and beverages from the world's second largest restaurant chain? So don't file the paperwork quite yet. First, you have to submit your current name to Subway, which you can do now. It says through Friday. This might have been last week. Oh, maybe we missed out. Or maybe it's this Friday. I don't know. Anyway, you have to be chosen to get this golden ticket. The company then will cover the winner $750 in legal fees to change their name, making it easy and effortless to become Subway and enjoy a lifetime of delicious subs. The winner will have 4 months to make the name change legal, at which time they will be able to collect their prize. In fine print, it says free Subway for life equals $50,000 worth of gift cards. End quote. So,
how long would you have to keep your name
forever.
that?
Forever.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's the John and Subway Show.
Good luck with that.
I'm changing her name. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. People think these things are the same, but they're not. Part 8. I didn't realize we got more. I have a whole lot more. Blizzards and snowstorms. The difference is the strength of the wind. So it's not the amount of snow, but how much wind is involved is the difference between a blizzard and a snowstorm. In order for it to be a blizzard, it's a severe snowstorm with winds sustaining 35 miles per hour or more. Anything below that is not a blizzard, it's just a snowstorm. Disinterested and uninterested are two different things. Heidi is both of these right now. She's not even paying attention.
I'm listening.
She's like, I'm so checked out on the list.
I am both interested. I'm very interested.
They are often used interchangeably, but they shouldn't be. Being disinterested is something means that you don't have any interest in it at all. That means that you are uninvolved. Being uninterested means you're just bored. Or, in Heidi's case, she's both bored and uninvolved and uninterested.
Whatever.
What are you doing? You're playing Candy Crush.
I am not playing
All right.
Candy Crush.
All right. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Now, your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Another anonymous quote. I've got a whole slew of anonymous quotes, like people don't want to take credit for this. I love it.
I hope you're pre-reading these
Why?
so that you don't say something on the air that somebody doesn't want you to know who they are.
So here, friends are God's way of apologizing to us for families. I love that.
Yeah, there's some.
And I know some people who
Yeah.
probably agree with that very closely.
Yes.
They're people who are related to me. They're like, okay, these friends are to apologize for John. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And I think this is pretty doggone cool. Again, one of these things that you just think is kind of a neat thing. A stepdad wins a Powerball prize, and he gives his stepdaughter the good news and the bad news.
Okay.
So an Arkansas man won big in a lottery and fulfilled what was once a running joke between him and his stepdaughter. Her stepdad always plays the lottery with her birthday numbers. Says, my stepdad plays the numbers with me and my daughter's birth dates. We were always a running joke that if he won big, he would give me the winning ticket. Well, July 17th drawing, he matched 4 out of 5 white balls in the Powerball number. However, since he paid the additional $1 for power play, the $50,000 prize became a $200,000 prize.
Whoa.
So she was at home when she received a surprise gift, or a surprise visit rather, from her dad, stating that he had something important to tell her. Little did she know that their joke became a reality. He stated, hey, I've got good and bad news. He gave me the bad news first. I'm going to have to start paying my own phone bill. But the good news is you're going to have money to pay it with, and he handed me a lottery ticket. She said she claimed the lottery prize at the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery Claim Center. So he held to his word and gave her a $200,000 winning ticket. How cool is that?
Oh.
So I wonder, in that scenario, I don't know if there are other children involved, but it did say that the daughter's birthdays and the grandkids' birthdays, so they use all of them. But, he's been doing this I hope he gets something out of this deal. He's been doing this for years.
Yeah, exactly. She'll probably buy him a nice tie.
Hey, yeah, that's good news, bad. First of all, hey, you're going to have to start paying your own phone bill. But you got some money to do it. Here's a lottery ticket. You just won $200,000.
Wow.
So that's
what
really
a
neat.
great dad.
Absolutely. I've got a link to that story. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.